Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar here, and it is time for me to review my top 5 episodes for Arrow Season 5, my new favourite season of Arrow, and boy were there some good ones. But picking a top 5 was still somehow quite tricky. Overall though, I've went with 5 that I absolutely enjoyed, starting with Who Are You? The episode where we're introduced to Black Siren. Well, Black Siren was introduced in The Flash, but still, Black Siren is absolutely one of my favourite characters and superior to the original Laurel in every single way. She makes a great villain. It's great to see her in this episode. Felicity gets a few good moments in this episode. It's great to see the team discover the multiverse because a lot of them haven't heard of it before. You get to see, you get to see evil Laurel, you get to see Laurel, and you get to see Felicity moments, and you get to see Prometheus moments. There's a lot of good stuff in this episode, and it ends with the cliffhanger of us wanting to find a new Canary, which is even more exciting. But still, for giving us the new Black Siren, this episode made its top 5. Going into top 4, we have that new Black Canary. Second chances. It's time to meet Dinah Drake, my favorite Black Canary, with my favorite canary cry. Oh, the sound of her canary cry is beautiful. It's different. Each canary cry sounds different if you didn't know, and hers is the best. Also, again, Dinah, a much superior character to Laurel. I know there are people who like the original Laurel because, but she's in the comics. No one cares. The Laurel in this show was a crap person, and we all know it. But enough about how crap Laurel is. This is Dinah, a way better character with a way more fun personality. It's great getting to see her interact with the team. There's also a few good side moments in this episode, like seeing Renee and Curtis get along, having a very quick cameo by The Flash and Captain Singh, seeing them all fight together, seeing Oliver recruit Dinah. Oh, for giving us Dinah Drake, you've made the top 4 position. Getting into the third best episode, it's Invasion. And also the 100th episode of Arrow. That is kind of a hindrance that the 100th episode is also the crossover, because we've got to kind of mix the crossover, even though it kind of hinders the crossover. But as a celebration of Arrow, it's great. You get to see all these characters back. So, while it wasn't good for crossover's sake, for an Arrow episode, it was great. You could see all these characters, such as all the villains, such as Slade, Damian, Malcolm, fighting everybody. You could see all these old characters like Oliver's parents and everybody. So, lots of great moments, lots of good flashbacks and callbacks to the early seasons. It really gets you nostalgic for like season 1 and 2 and everything when everything began. Boy, how far we've come in 100 episodes. Well, 100 down, 70 more to go. That was a great 100th episode, but it could have been a better crossover. Moving into my second best episode, the second last episode, Missing. So, this episode is great. It starts off on a kind of positive note. You have some positive fun with Oliver's birthday, which is nice to get some comedic moments, but then we get into all the big stuff. The team gets kidnapped one by one. You get to see Quentin meet Black Siren for the very first time. Oh man, their dynamic is going to be so good going into season 6, but this is their first meeting. Wow. And then, you get to see other good moments like, we get to see Oliver teaming up. First off, Malcolm is back, and you can see Oliver teaming up with Malcolm. Prometheus is just so damn evil and clever in this episode. He knows everything to pull Oliver's strings by kidnapping William. And the second Oliver sees that William is kidnapped, it's like a spark is lit. That moment where you see Oliver go from, oh yeah, you know nothing, Prometheus, to, holy shit, I'm going to murder everyone. Seriously, it's just insane. The second William's in danger, Oliver snaps. And I love seeing ruthless Oliver from time to time. It's beautiful. Seeing him and Malcolm team up to free Prometheus is great. And even then, he's still in charge because we've got one episode to go. And that doesn't even capture upon the flashbacks. This episode's flashbacks, as well as the finale's flashbacks, are great because they connect to the pilot. Because obviously, it is the end of the flashbacks. Sure, it's the finale of season 5, but this is the finale of the flashbacks. You get a bunch of flashbacks to injuries Oliver's had. You get to see Yao Fei and Season 1 Laurel in a hallucination. We're really wrapping up the flashbacks, and that episode and the next episode just really wrap up the flashbacks, as well as just showing us how amazing Oliver is and how ruthless he is. So you get to see Oliver teaming up with Malcolm and Slade and Nyssa. So if it wasn't obvious, my favorite episode of the season, my favorite finale of the Arrowverse, it's time for Lian Yu, the finale of Season 5. Absolutely, positively an amazing finale. We've got a bunch of villains, such as Prometheus, Evelyn, Black Siren, Talia. They're all here. You get to see Oliver teaming up with Malcolm, Nyssa, Slade. You just get all the best people. You get to see some great Slade Wilson moments and callbacks. I mean, the fake-out portrayals are so good, such as when he says, "Jam this gun in his face." And what do you do when somebody jams a gun in your face? Oh, what a brilliant callback. What an absolutely brilliant callback. You get the death of Malcolm Merlyn, which, while it is sad he's gone, he's had a good run and it was an impactful death, that's for sure. He went out in a good way. You get to see, again, the absolute fury of Oliver versus Prometheus. You get to see Talia versus Nyssa. You get to see Dinah versus Laurel, Black Siren specifically. Oh my god, my two favorite canaries are fighting. It's amazing. There's so many good moments. And then, of course, it all ends with a spectacular cliffhanger where literally anyone could be dead except Oliver and William. This finale. Oh, and then, of course, the flashbacks. You get to see Oliver finally kill Konstantin Kovar. And then you see him get on the boat, get back to where we started, and say hi to his mother. And we get to see all that connect to the pilot. It's beautiful. It feels like a finale in both Season 5 finale and then a finale for the flashbacks. It's the last time you'll ever have flashbacks, and it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. My favorite finale. Like, seriously, when I was rewatching it, I was literally giddy with excitement, bouncing off my seat because I love this episode so much. It's my favorite Arrowverse finale, and Season 5 is now my favorite Arrow season. So, all in all, a spectacular episode, and obviously going to be the best episode of the season. I don't care what anyone says. So, with that being said, we've finished Season 5 of Arrow. Moving on to Season 6, a more controversial season which has mixed feelings, and so do I. We'll have to see how I feel going into it. I'll eventually find my top 5 episodes of Season 6 and other Arrowverse shows as well. Until next time, see you next time, guys.